Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Today we learnt that some features were being pushed back from 3.6 into a later patch. The Banu Defender being pushed back to 3.7 and the 890 jump as well as ship rentals being pushed back to a 3.6.x patch. Hopefully a quick 3.6.1 patch when they are done. We also found out about how some of the features will work in the upcoming 3.6 alpha. Chris Roberts and some of the key members of CIG talked in an informative fashion about that new patch. Let's summarize what they talked about now. The lore system is a foundational feature for future criminal and law gameplay, but 3.6 is the first iteration of this, and it will continue to be iterated on for the next few quarters. There will be a greater range of defined laws. They have 19 laws planned, from murder to possession of stolen goods. You will be unable to sell stolen goods to normal vendors. You'll have to go to salvage yards or sell them to NPC fences. They are still working out exactly where these areas are and where you're going to be able to offload these goods at the moment. They're considering 1 to 2 areas or NPCs that will allow you to do this per planetary area, so they won't be overly common, and there might be emergent gameplay in these areas as well. Also, law enforcers will have an idea of criminal trade routes. Prices items sell for, if they're stolen, will be a fraction of what you could get if you legitimately acquired those goods. If you are discovered with goods, you'll have a choice to lose the goods and pay a fine, or fight or run. Security might bring in reinforcements though. Interdiction might happen, and this could go south very quickly. Lots and lots and lots of reinforcements, all that sort of stuff. They want to add prisons in the next couple of quarters or so as well. Once they've arrested a player, they'll put them in one of those areas as punishment for whatever crime they've done, and different crimes will have different punishments and responses from security forces. There's also going to be jurisdiction zones that define the area that a security force operates and will come after you around, and what constitutes a crime in that specific area, which may change from area to area. Ships, so the Merlin is being updated to the new standard. The P-72 Archimedes is a luxury variant of that. They're both in 3.6. The Vanguard got a larger rework than was originally intended, with only like 10% of the original interior now and 20% of the original exterior left. They brought it back up to this sort of like concept that they had originally envisioned. Much more aggressive looking, that sort of thing. There are various ships and vehicles in the pipeline that are not listed, some of which might appear in the game as straight to playable in a patch or as a surprise, and they are moving towards trying to get more ships straight to playable where possible. Their vehicle team is a decent size, but they are recruiting more people to help them in the production of ships and vehicles. Voip and Voip improvements in 3.6 will allow you to hail other ships and chat to them on comms and screens much more easily and readily. You will have separate channels to talk to your squad mates. You'll have a much better experience because they fixed a load of bugs, and they want Voip and Voip to be much more widely used in 3.6. You'll be able to communicate with players that you've requested or responded to a service beacon with, for example, as well. So that's good. You go, I want to combat assistance from this dude on the service beacon. You'll be able to talk to them. Woo! Further to that general multi-crew and group gameplay, they're trying to improve that, and they're trying to get like mission sharing and that sort of thing in there as well, but that won't be for 3.6. They have brought back acceleration control for the flight model, giving you precision, sort of like a percentage scale of your thrust that you can adjust to give you more precision in fiddly maneuvers and have softer landings. There's also the new VTOL and hover mode. Shield replacement tech will now allow for different shields to be used on ships that can use more than one shield, and rather than just adding their stats together, if you've got 2 different types of shield or whatever, they now have notable behaviors and affect each other in interesting ways. This, I believe, is an addition to the signed distance fields of the sort of ship, the new tech hugging the ship a lot better and looking a lot better. The Banu Defender is moving to Alpha 3.7. They attempted to apply their current pipeline to the ship, and it just didn't work as intended, or it's taking longer. It's very different from other ships they've made. With Star Citizen's development, some things are held back when they're not ready, some are released, even though they might not be ready because they need to iterate or get feedback on it, or because they're going to keep on evolving that mechanic. The Banu Defender just isn't ready yet. They kept hitting roadblocks, they didn't have all of the style and everything worked out, all the kit bash all done, so they need an extra quarter basically to get it in. The 890 jump is also unfortunately slipping too. It just needs a bit more time as well. It's around 199 meters long, and it sounds like it might be in for a 3.6.x patch rather than a 3.7 patch. In fact, As I was recording this, I just read from Xylo. To be clear, the 890 jump is not moving to 3.7. It will come in a 3.6.x patch. Xylo then went on to say, in regard to ship rentals, our goal is to have ship rentals in a 3.6.x patch. However, in today's roadmap update, you will see a new card added for the 3.6 release titled Ship Purchasing Kiosk. Currently in game, you can visit a showroom at Lawville or Area 18 and purchase a handful of ships that are on display, which is great, but doesn't offer a whole lot of choices. This new kiosk functionality provides designated kiosks that offer the ability to purchase a wide variety of vehicles and ships. The inventory available will differ based on location, but covers a majority of flyable ships. The fact that that covers a majority of flyable ships is great, and hopefully, once they release those ship rentals, which is very disappointing they're not releasing straight away in 3.6, admittedly, and that's one of the features that I'm most looking forward to. Hopefully, when they do release them, that will have a similar range. A lot of ships being available for rent. That is my hope. They added ship loadout persistence to 3.5.1 as it was so requested. However, the future of the mechanic will look at the value of the ships, and they will have insurance costs. Insurance might cover ships up to a certain value, and there might be deductibles to pay or longer times to wait. Alternatively, you can pay for better insurance to guarantee that your full changed custom loadout is covered if you reclaim. Cargo insurance will also be a thing. You'll be able to choose to cover your load at an extra fee. So lots more insurance mechanics coming in the not too distant future. They are working on server-side object container streaming, server meshing, and true persistence. Server-side object container streaming and true or full persistence are apparently coming together. They need to come together. The server needs to know the state of items or entities or whatever that it's put into standby, so it needs the full persistence and the server-side object container streaming simultaneously. They are reliant on each other, basically. Around about this point, when this is in-game, they can stop resetting the databases with every major patch. This does not 100% mean that they will stop resets altogether, in my opinion, anyway, but they basically did say, once we've got this in, once that's working, we don't have to reset anymore, and when you gain monies and funds or whatever, that will stay with you. In the meantime, rentals will allow you to try ships out in-game, which is great once rentals are in. However, if we're still using Alpha UEC at this point, I'm just assume that there will eventually be a reset and them moving on to UEC rather than Alpha UEC. If we're using Alpha UEC, assume that there will be a reset in the future. That's my expectation. Server meshing, both static and the endgame dynamic server meshing, do require server-side object container streaming and true persistence first. It's a big task though, server meshing, and it's going to take a while. Currently, the larger they make a star system, the less density of players there are due to server caps, basically, because there's only 50 people in a server. If they make a system massive, well, it just means there's less players around, so you don't get that multiplayer gameplay. With server meshing, they should be able to open up potentially to thousands to start with, which would be absolutely fantastic if they can get it that high with the first few iterations of it. I'm assuming dynamic server meshing is what they're talking about there. That would be absolutely fantastic, but expect with static server meshing, which will come before that, expect that to probably open up servers to a larger number anyway. But please tell me in the comments below, what are your thoughts on 3.6 having some of its features moved to 3.6.x. So that's the 890 jump and the ship rentals. I know that is a massive shame. The 890 jump, it is. I'm really looking forward to it. So hopefully it's not going to be too far delayed. I mean, we know that the 3.5.1 patch took 2 months to come out, so hopefully it's not going to be that long. But ship rentals, that is a big shame as well. But again, it's 3.6.x rather than 3.7. However, the Bounty Defender has been pushed back. They just need more time with it. Are you disappointed by that? Or did you sort of like expect that 3.6 would either be delayed or more features would slip? And looking at it, not that much has slipped from 3.6. They didn't say anything about it being delayed yet, which was good. So we may very well have 3.6 live by the end of June still. I am hoping for that. I expect that if we don't have it live by the end of June, we will have a PTU for everyone, which would still be fine. If there's still bugs to fix or whatever, as long as we can all play it, awesome. I'm here to just give feedback on Star Citizen and sort of like play it and test it, so it doesn't matter to me if it's a live build or a PTU build. I prefer the live builds because they're more stable normally. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For June, we have an Origin 890 Jump, the massive luxury ship that should also be flyable with Alpha 3.6 at the end of the month. That is a huge sort of like capital luxury ship. It's been donated by Odyssey Interstellar, a friendly industrial expansionist organization in Star Citizen that focus on mining, trading, industry, exploration, research, and infrastructure. In short, commerce is their goal. They run regular weekly events in-game now. Please check them out if you are looking for an org to join. Links down below. There are a couple of services I shield for as well that you might find useful. If you're looking for a VPN, then check out NordVPN. I use it for security, privacy, and more. It has massive advantages over free VPNs. And if you use the code BoredGamer, you get up to 75% off your subscription. Boom! Also, there is Shadow Cloud Gaming. This is an alternative to having your own or upgrading your gaming rig on PC. It leverages the power of the internet and your own Shadow server that emulates a high-spec Windows 10 PC, so you can play up to 144Hz 4K anywhere with an old PC, laptop, smartphone, or even tablet. Freedom to play anywhere. The internet is good enough anyway, and it works really well with Star Citizen and all the games that I play, and is constantly updated and even improved with new hardware. Again, use the code BoredGamer for discount. Links below to all of that jazz. Thank you to all that support the channel through Patreon, the YouTube join button, donations, subscribe star, as well as anyone that just generally subscribes, likes, comments, and shares my content. Dings that bell, ding ding. If you feel so inclined, you can find links to all of that down below. A special thank you though to my VIP producers this month: Dalamars, Catastrus, Raz, Gear Khan, General Aventador, Robert Johnson, and Andy Green, who have given well beyond the norm in support for the channel. I know a load of other people have, but I can't name them all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.